said, yeah. So you get back on that boat and sail! So I was like, Jackson, we got to get back on the boat and keep going. So we get back on the boat, because we were hours late at this point getting the thing fixed. So we get back on the boat. At this point, everyone else is in. And in comes the first of what was 3 storm cells. So it all happened so fast. But the bottom line is, we got hit by about 50 or 60 from behind. The boat went over, it's called pitch poling, and it trips over its own feet. So the front of the bows dig in. The spinnaker pole, which is in the front of the boat, had a scoop. The scoop catches the water, the spinnaker breaks, the whole boat flips over. We're in the water, we're scattered. Jib exploded, is gone, spinnaker's gone, the pole's gone, mainsail's still on the boat. Wind is going truly 50 to 60. So we get around the boat and we go to right it. And we actually had a righting pole the first year, because together we weigh about 300 pounds and we could barely get the boat over. And so I bought this special righting pole. We get the righting pole, we get on the thing, we flip the boat over, and I've never seen this before or since, but the wind was blowing so hard that it flipped, so it was turtled, so the mast is under the water. It flipped over, mast is up, that's a 180. Flipped down, that's a 360. Flipped over, that's a 180. Flipped over again. So it did a 720 after we righted it. I've never seen that before, never heard anyone else explain it. So then we get the boat, we get back in the water, everything's scattered, we're scattered. And I want to say, by the way, this is a plug for Ziploc. I had a Trio phone in one Ziploc bag, which survived all this. Forget all these plastic bags. So we get the boat back over one more time, we come into shore. So we're getting to shore, we got a mainsail, we turn the boat in the wind, we get the main down. My phone is, I got the plastic baggie, but it's buckets raining. It's raining as heavy as I've ever been in rain. So we go up to someone's house, and I think we were past Boynton Beach, but South Boynton, whatever we were. And we knock on the door, and we're just completely drenched. We're wearing all our wetsuit. We look like spacemen with our life jackets and everything. We knock on the door, and the lady peers out. And we just said, we're in a boat race, our boat's been destroyed, and I just need to borrow a paper towel to dry out my phone so I can call Chuck. So she kind of had a chain on the door, she hands her hand out, she just reaches out with a little half paper towel, closes the door and locks it. And she had this little ledge over her roof, so we're huddled in there, just barely, and I take the phone out of the Ziploc, just one Ziploc bag, and it's a Trio, and I dry it off. So now I figure I'll call Chuck and he'll probably come save us. So I dry the phone off and I say, Chuck, yeah, it's Larry, we're Cheap Cat in the Hat. And we did a 720, we got pitch poled, we lost the jib and the spinnaker, we're on the beach, there's another storm cell coming. Chuck said, Larry, are you in this race or are you dropping out? And I said, Chuck, I looked at Jackson, I said, we're still in the race. He said, Larry, get back on that boat, you're sailing that boat down the river, down the ocean right now. So I was like, Jackson, we have to keep sailing. So we go back down to the ocean, and this is the last part of the story, I promise. So I think the second storm cell passed while we were gone, and again, we just went through 3 storms, everyone can attest, with lightning, it was very scary, all this stuff. I've never seen this before, I've never seen a 720, and I've never seen what happened next. So we're on the beach, and it's blowing like 20 or 30, and then you can just hear it, you can see the storm clouds coming, and we look down the beach, it's like in the movie where you see the sandstorm out in the Mojave Desert or whatever, but it was like a wall of water and sand, just swirling, total white out and sand out, coming for our boat, and it just looked like the apocalypse. And we'd already taken down the sail, and we just had a bare boat, and the sail was under the boat. And we looked at each other, because I've never seen this before, and we just laid down, both of us, on the hull, full weight, which is 300 pounds, and just sat there trying to hold the boat down, just pointing the wind. The boat was like, vroom, 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 trying to turtle on the beach, not in the water, and blow over. And we held on for about 5 or 10 minutes, giant hail balls, everything came down, and then it was gone. Everything cleared. And then it was blowing 20 from the south with the following sea. We pushed the boat out, put up our mainsail, it's all we had, and we sailed 15 knots to Jupiter for 2 hours and came in daylight. That was the
very good
worst day I've ever had in the water in this race. Hopefully that was a good story.
You got 1 day left in this race. What do you want to do tomorrow?
Make it to Daytona. I mean, yeah, there's no other goal. And we go north. And
I've got one goal.
And yeah, we'd like to keep up with the people we've been keeping up with. Yeah, we don't want to lose any ground. But we're sitting mid-pack, and we hope to finish.
You're warmed up now.
The way we've been running, maybe pick up a spot. We're not going to beat the young guys that have the boat way better figured out than we do. But we like to beat the Dutch guys. We beat them today. So, but if we had any goal, it's really just to get there and have everybody else that's in the race get there without losing any equipment. We had that issue today, I understand, with my Dixie wreck. I think they lost a halyard, and it cost them a lot of time. They've been a good competitor of us in this race, and we noticed that they were behind us today, which is unusual.
Yeah, they're really good sailors.
We're usually following them, and we noticed they took the spin down. I told Larry, I was like, they must have broke something because they're heading into the shore, and their spinnaker's not up. And sure enough, we learned later that they had the halyard had snapped for whatever reason. They had lost their spinnaker, and so they went inshore and they fixed it. But by that time, the sailing was so smooth today. It was low wind, but if you lost 20 minutes, your race was over today. Yeah. And we were in a pod of about 4 today, and it was all F-18, so we were the only 10 or 20. But either way, it's a spirit of competition, and that's, if we had a goal for tomorrow, is get out, get in whatever pack we're in, stick with them for the whole way, and let everybody get there safe without any major issues.
Have you got any sponsors in this race this year?
No.
You're sponsoring yourselves?
Yes.
I'm sponsoring Lori. Lori's sponsoring me.
Yeah, we're sponsoring ourselves, yes.
But
what do you got to say for the sponsors?